Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll try to understand how we can use models in Blazor server application, and we'll try to understand how we can use that models by creating this sample, right? So this is the final output that we are trying to achieve by using these models. So let's get started. So in order to work with that models, so first what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create one component, one Razor component. So to create one Razor component, I'll go ahead and select new and then search for Razor, then name that as products. So products.razor, this should generate as a products Razor component inside the application, inside the pages folder. So once we have that, what I'll do is that I'll go ahead and give a page directive, says /products, so that we can access this using the URL. And I have this as products. Now once we have this, in order to work with models, what I have done is that I have created a class called product class, so which has a basic properties called product ID, product name, price, and product image. So we'll use these properties and then we'll generate that view, right? So first I'll define one product. So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and change this one and use this using statement so that we can refer that product here, whether it using application dot the folder in which the product is there. So once we have this defined, now I want to initialize this product. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and use this lifecycle hook called onInitialize. So this onInitialize function will be called whenever the component is rendered, and then the code inside this will be executed. So here I'll go ahead and define the data for that product. So new product, and then product ID, let's say 1, then product name, I'll give the name as iPhone, then price, I'll say $9.99, product image. So in order to use this product image, what I have done, I have added images to this images folder under www root directory. So I will define the path for that images. So images / iPhone.jpg, right? So we have this basic information. Now just to validate that we are able to access this data, I'll go ahead and give the h4 element, and then I'll say name, I'll use this product dot product name, and then just quickly run this application and see that. Now we got the application up and running. So I'll route it to products. So once we have this application routed to products page, we see that the information of the product iPhone, right? So this is working fine. Now in order to get that view of cards, what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and grab some bootstrap template for cards. I'll go ahead and remove this and then paste the basic HTML for the cards. So this is nothing but this is a basic bootstrap template wherein you will have a image tag, and then card body will have a header, some h5 tag wherein you will show the price, and then add button, right? So here what I'll do, I'll go ahead and change that. So I'll refer to the image with the red product dot product image, and then title product dot product name, product dot price, right? I'll just save it and then run it again. So here we are able to see the image with product name, price, and the button, right? So I'll just, in order to get, so in order to have some better view, I'll go ahead and add some CSS class that I have called product image, which will just adjust the height of the card. Now once I have this information, I wanted to change this to list of products, right? So we'll see how we can use existing code to change the to list. So I'll name this to list of products, and then what I'll do, I'll call this as product p1 equal to. So similarly, what I'll do, I'll grab the other data that I have in handy. So this is the basic data that I have. Like I have 3 products like iPhone, Samsung, and Lenovo. So I have the required images in the images folder. Now what I'll do, I will bind this data to the products. P1, P2, P3. So now we have this list of products. So we'll go ahead and change this HTML. So here I'll go ahead and use for each var p in product. So, and then I'll bring that into the loop. And previously we were referring to product, now I'll change that to iteration p. I'll give it a quick build and then run this application. Right, so we have got the 3 products listed here with the relevant information like Samsung, the price, and then button to add to cart. So this is how we work with models and the list of objects, right? So in the next video, we'll try to understand how we can separate the code and HTML content into 2 separate files. Okay. Hope this is informative. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified next time when I upload a new video. Thanks.